Oh, hello. I didn't expect you so soon. Come, join me. I was just about to do some volume. And today we're going to be doing Module 5, Lesson 6. We're going to be skipping Lesson 5 for various reasons, so we're just going to go right on to Lesson 6. So if you notice that in Google Classrooms, if you see Lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 6, you didn't miss anything, okay? It's supposed to be that way. Today we're going to be finding the total volume of solid figures composed of two non-overlapping rectangular prisms. That's a lot to say. Really what that means is that we're going to be finding the volumes of two objects or figures stuck together. Okay? And again, you'll see what I mean. But in the meantime, let's have a little practice first. So let's find the volume. So we have our first figure, we have length times width times height, we have 3 times 2 times 7 meters, of course. So 3 times 2 is 6. And then we have 7 times 6. So let's do this. 6 times 6 is 36, or 7, 39, 45, 42. 42, right? So we have 6 times 7 equals 42. So then we should have a total volume of 42 meters cubed. Okay, look at the next one though. Ooh, this is a bit of a doozy. Well, not really though. Nothing's really a doozy when you know what you're doing. So let's take a look here. So we have this, we have length times width. There's no height, but it gives us the volume. Okay, so in other words, we know the total, and do you remember what we do when we already know the total of something? Right? So in this case, we're going to be dividing. So let's go ahead and do this. We know the length and the width, so we know that 4 times 5 equals 20. Okay, so then we really have 20 times mystery number equals 40. So what number, when you multiply it, gives you 40? Well, in order to figure that out, you divide. And 20 goes into 40 2 times. So the missing side is 2 inches. All right? So yeah, you are going to see some problems like that where the length width is given to you and the total is given to you, but one side is missing. So then you multiply what you know and divide it into your total. Okay? So you multiply what you know and then divide it into the total to find the missing side. Let's get to today's meat and bones. So what you do here is that finding the volume of two figures combined. There's a 3-step process. It's going to change your life, I'm telling you. So here we go. Step 1, find the volume of the first figure. Step 2, find the volume of the second figure. Step 3, add the two volumes. Okay? Simple 3-step process. We can do this. So let's do this together. We're going to do this one and this one. Okay? So what I want to do is I want to find the volume of this, and I want to find the volume of this, and I want to add them. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to label my two figures. So I'm going to label this guy A, and I'm going to label this guy B. So at the very end, what I'm essentially doing is A plus B. So the volume of A plus B, and that's going to be my answer. Let's go ahead and find the volume of A. Do I know the length? Well, the length is 5. Do I know the width? Yes, I do. The width is 6. Okay, so I have 5 times 6, and it says the height here is 4. So 5 times 6 is 30. And so let's do 30 times 4. Okay, is going to be 120. So I know that A is 120 inches cubed. Now let's go ahead and try and find B. So we have to figure out, let's take a step back for a second and think about, do we know the length, the width, and the height? Is it given to us? The length is 5, but even though it's down here, it's the same as up here. It hasn't changed. Okay, so if I know that down here is 5, then here's also going to be 5. So the length is 5. The width is, it says, 3, and the height is 2. So 5 times 3 is 15. Times 2 is 30. So I have a total volume of 30 inches cubed. I want to make sure we have the right units. Okay, so 120 plus 30 is... Okay, what's 12 plus 3? If you know 12 plus 3, you know 120 plus 30, which is going to be 150 inches cubed. So we have a total volume of 150 inches cubed. All right, so there's a little bit more of a process than yesterday and the day before, but it's not anything you can't do. It's nothing you haven't learned. All you're doing is finding the volume of two objects and then combining them, adding them together. Okay? So let's take a look at the next one. The next one, I think, in my opinion, is just a little bit easier because these two boxes, of course, I'm no artist, but these two figures are identical. So once you find the volume of one, you know the volume of the other because they have the same dimension. So let's take a look at A. We're going to label it A and B. So A has a length of 3, a width of 14, and a height of 5, right? So let's go ahead and do that. What's 3 times 14? Well, 3 times 4 is 12, carry the 1. 3 times 1 is 3, so that's 42 times 5. And so 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 4 is 20. So this has a volume of 210 inches cubed. And that means that this also, just to double check, let's just make sure that the dimensions are the same. It has a width of 14. How do I know? Because it's the same. If this width is 14, then this width is 14. So it has 14 times, it says 5. Okay, and then also this is the same, times 3. So we're going to do 14 times 5 times 3, which we already did, or 3 times 14 times 5. It's the same thing. We already found that out. So we're going to have 210. So 210 plus 210 is going to give us a total volume of 420, and the units are in inches, so inches cubed. All right? So that's essentially this lesson, and the problem set and the homework are going to be, this is the hardest it really gets. I supplemented you with another video from YouTube as well. My finished chart will be up here, as well as the homework and problem set. Okay, so get that done to me, guys, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.